Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Jess, and I've made a mistake. And it's not like the end of the world, but it's kind of annoying. So don't repeat my mistakes, learn from me, and don't do this. So essentially I have this really pretty Syngonium, and I have some pothos cuttings that I was trying to propagate. And I had these really fun little jars that, if you can see, they have a little tapered top. And I didn't think anything of them. I put propagations in pretty much any vessel that holds water. And put them in here without thinking, and then I completely forgot about them. And I have a tendency to just kind of let my propagations go for as long as possible until they either start looking bad or I want to pot them up in something. Otherwise, I just kind of leave them in the glass jar and just kind of forget about it, right? Eventually your plant will start to slowly die. Like in this case, this leaf is extremely more discolored than this one. As you can tell, it's losing, it doesn't have any nutrients, right? So it's time to be potted up. But I was moving them around the other day and realized that there are new leaves growing on the inside of them, and they also have a ton of roots, and they don't just pull out. And normally I can just pull them out. Same with this one. So I want to pot them up if I can in this really pretty planter that I have. It's like 3 little concrete planters. There is a drainage hole at the bottom of them with a plug. And then they sit on this really pretty wood tray. And I'd love to put this up on my piano. And I wanted to use these if we can get them out. So I figured I would take you on that process with me. So essentially, moral of the story, don't repeat my mistake. And if you're going to propagate your houseplants in water, just don't choose a jar that has a wider base than it does a mouth, because you're going to have the same problem that I did, and are probably going to struggle as well. Or put them in there, but don't forget about them, and make sure you pull them out before it becomes a problem, unlike what I am doing. So that's my biggest tip here. If you want, I have a video on, I have 2 videos for propagating houseplants. I have one where I just go around and take a bunch of cuttings, and it's really relaxing, and I think you guys would enjoy it, but I will include that one up here. And then I also have a video on my propagation wall where I put them all in test tubes, and that's a really good example of having it all one, because those are really easy to take out because they're forced to stay in the same like space, whereas this you're allowed to have them grow a lot wider down here, and they can't come out easily. So we're gonna try really hard to salvage this. Worst case scenario, I kill it and just take different propagations to put in these planters, but I would really like to salvage this if I can, because I don't have a ton of Syngoniums in my collection, and so I would like to, I was trying to propagate them obviously and make more, and so I would really like to save this guy especially. My pothos, I'm like not as heartbroken on, because I do have a ton of cuttings of those, but let's try it and see where we get. Okay, so the first thing I think I'm going to do is cut off this leaf here that is dying anyway, because I'm going to remove it anyhow. And I'm thinking if I take it off now, it might be a little bit easier to get the rest out. So I'm gonna try to just stick my scissors down in here and see if I can't remove this. Or maybe I'll just try to cut it as far down as I can. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then what I think I'm gonna try to do is maybe push these smaller leaves down and away from the main one. Oh, we'll try that. See if that gets us anywhere. Okay, well, I got the main parts. I'm slowly gonna take out these roots. The hard part is I don't know what the other one was growing on here, but I'm not exactly sure how to get it out. Now that I have most of the other stuff out, maybe what I'll try to do is start pulling out these leaves gently. Because if I can salvage it, great. Ooh, you know what I'm gonna do? Now we have it in a spot where the roots are flipped upside down. So I might just try to pull it kind of backwards. Yes. Nice. Perfect. There we go. I don't know what this one is. It must have been a cutting that I took and then it must have fallen to the bottom or something. I'm not really understanding. Oh, the leaf that I cut must have been the cutting, and then the nodes, it must have come out the other way. Sweet. Oh, that makes me feel good. I didn't really care so much about these little guys, but it's kind of cute. Otherwise, these look really good. So, this is all one. So I'm probably going to plant it in this middle guy here. We'll probably take the little one and put him in there as well. So he's just gonna chill in there for a second until I can get the other ones out. All right, now on to the pothos. This one of the leaves is already broken. And so I think I'm going to try to just get rid of that one with my tweezers. There we go. Okay. And then I think I actually have 2 varieties in here. So maybe I can just try to start with one. It looks like these jades are connected. And is this one part of the jade as well? Yeah. Okay, so I have a jade and a neon pothos in here. The neon pothos is the one that is going to give me the most trouble because that's the one where the leaves grew. But it actually looks like it's above the jade one. So right now all I'm trying to do is push my neon one down, because that one's going to be much more difficult to get out than the jade, but it's positioned poorly. Okay, so now we got at least the jade roots up and out, detangled anyway, but I almost have to like rotate this guy. Getting somewhere. Look at those beautiful roots. Nice. Okay, the jade can go there. And then I did beat up this neon leaf a little bit, but we'll see. Okay, we're gonna try the method that I did last time where we just try to get the root piece, maybe, like right here, and pull it out by the roots instead of trying to get the leaves out first. Oh, this might be harder though than I thought. Alright, we're gonna pour out the water first. I feel like those people that make like the ships inside the bottle, and I feel like this is similar, and I'm learning that I would never have the patience. Yes, I got it. I only really beat up a few of my leaves, but we got there. What I'm going to do is I went and from my propagation wall, again, that video will be right here. I had this really, it's doing amazing, but I had a neon pothos ready. Look at all of those roots. That's insane. So this neon pothos was ready, so I think I'm going to plant that in here with this one just to make it a little bit fuller. And then I also had a Syngonium. Look at all of those roots. Insane. So I am going to put that in with this one to give that a little bit more. And then the jade one will look a little sad for right now because I did just take a ton of propagations, and so I think I'll plant a few more cuttings in with it once these are ready. But look at all of those. This is, I think, a Snow Queen, and there's a Brazil in here, but I have a few more jade cuttings that I'll put in here once those are all rooted. But I just took those a few days ago, so they're not ready yet. And then I have a ton more neon pothos cuttings. So if I need to fill in that one, I also will have some stuff for that. I have some potting mix from The Next Gardener. This stuff is awesome. My Monstera Adansonii, I've had it potted in there for a while. I switched to this soil and it is loving it. So again, I'll include this down below. This is great potting mix. There's also great succulent soil if you're interested. But this is what I'll be using today. So when you're potting up propagations with roots into soil, you want to make sure that your soil is wet. I will probably just add the water directly in here instead of pre-mixing it. I'll just water in the plant really well once I'm done. I've found that you don't really have to be super picky with this process as long as you water them. I know a lot of people say that you have to be adding it to already wet soil when you're moving from water propagation to potting it up. I've had pretty good luck not doing it that way. So I don't think, plants are pretty hardy and they want to survive. So they're going to probably survive with very minimal effort needed. So don't stress over the correct process too much. I'm just going to add my soil in, plant up my plants, water them in afterwards. They'll be perfectly happy and fine. This is how I normally do it. So don't get caught up on making sure that you do everything correctly. If it's easier for you to do it this way, just do it this way. Okay, I think we got it. This one might be looking a little sparse now, but it'll be okay. I'm kind of really liking this color combination though with the neon, so there's a very good chance that I actually end up changing this to the neon pothos as well once I get some more going. But this guy's gonna start probably trailing here and it'll look really pretty. So this is the final product once we got everybody replanted, and I think they turned out really cute. And I think this will look really great on top of my piano. If you really liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports my channel. This t-shirt here, this houseplant t-shirt, is in my Etsy shop. If you are curious, that will also be in my description box down below. So that is all for this one. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.